Many people have asked me what my position is on abortion and abortion rights. My view is now that we have abortion where everybody wanted it from a legal standpoint, the states will determine by vote or legislation or perhaps both, and whatever they decide must be the law of the land, in this case, the law of the state.
All right. Everybody has an opinion about Trump putting out his abortion opinion today. I certainly have many of my own, but I want to hear from Terry and Brianna first. Joining me now, Terry Schilling, president of the American Principles Project, and Brianna Lyman, of course, of the Federalist. I love the freaking Federalist. Okay, Terry, I'll give it to you first, and I'll hand it over to Brianna once you're done, or she can just take it from there. You saw the video from Trump. Were you standing and cheering? Were you bashing your head off the desk? How do you react?
Well, let's start with the good. The good is that he starts off with a very pro-life message, takes a victory lap for getting Roe v. Wade overturned. And then also, this is the most important part, is he punches Democrats right in the teeth by going after them for abortion extremism. Now, what's disappointing, Jesse, is I think a lot of people in the pro-life movement were expecting him to come out in support of some gestational limit. And I use that word very specifically, limit. We do not support a ban. We support limiting abortion until the 15th week when the baby can feel pain. And we give some exceptions for that in rape, incest, and life of the mother. That would have been, I think, the smart political play. It would have allowed him to go on offense and actually distance himself from any of the more radical and extreme versions of abortion limits in the state level. But right now, we've got our pro-life president. We've got to get him over the finish line. But there's still a long way to go. We can still get a more solid commitment out of him down the road.
Yeah, Terry,
Brianna, you bashing head or cheering?
I think I'm neither right now. I think that Donald Trump is in between a rock and a hard place because Republicans have never had a unified message on abortion. You have people who say there should be no abortions, people who say 6 weeks, and those who say 12 to 15. Democrats have been able to exploit this because they are unified. They know that they want a minimum of 12 weeks, if not, some people want 9 months, right? But they can all gather around and coalesce around the central idea is that abortion should be legal. And so they've been able to say, well, we're going to define the Republicans' message for them if they're not willing to do so. And since Donald Trump did not come out and specify a limit, I think they're going to, again, exploit that. That being said, I don't think abortion is the winning issue Democrats hope it will be. So Politico, they did a great analysis actually a few weeks ago, and they looked at 5 states who had abortion referendums on their ballots. And yes, those voters in those states kept abortion, but the voter turnout, it wasn't driven because Democrats, turned out in large swaths. It was actually driven by Republicans. And what they found was that Republicans went out, they voted to keep abortion, but then they voted down ballot Republican. And so I think come November, we're going to see this in Florida and we're going to see it in other states. You will have Republicans, if they have the opportunity to split their decision on abortion from their decision on a candidate, Republicans will do well.
Okay, Brianna, I guess I'll leave it with you before I go to Terry with this one, because it's a very fair point. Me personally, we'll set aside Trump for the moment. Me personally, how am I supposed to get excited about a country that may choose Republicans because eggs are too expensive, but they also love abortion? Am I supposed to be excited that we'll elect Republicans who also love abortion?
Yeah, and that's a great conflict that I think a lot of Republicans face. But unfortunately, if Republicans are not able to meet in the middle, right, that's how these elections work. You have to appeal to the average voter. The average voter just tends to statistically show that they support abortion to some extent. Now, it's a moral issue. Of course, abortion is wrong morally. But unfortunately, we don't live in a moral country anymore, right? We live in a political society that they want to make abortion legal up to 9 months. And so if that's the case, you have to play the playing field. And that includes, ending abortion at 8 weeks, right? Setting a limit, like Terry said.
Terry, how am I supposed to feel that? Because look, she brings up a great point, and everyone who brings up this point is 100% correct. Republicans nationally, they may be able to win, but on this issue, it probably does hurt us. But what's that say about us as a country, Terry?
Well, I think it really sucks, Jesse, because, this election, if we don't reelect Donald Trump, our choices are very slim in terms of pro-life gains in the future, I mean, we'll be talking about just avoiding jail time. I mean, we have to face the fact that we are up against an entire political party that wants to throw MAGA Republicans in jail. They don't want to just allow you to exist and have your talking points and tweets online. They want to come for you. I mean, they're locking up old grandmas right now that were just praying in the Capitol. So this is coming at a very unfortunate time where Republicans don't really have a lot of options. But the whole point of winning elections is to win on policy. And so, listen, I think we need to pump the brakes on criticizing Trump and just continue to work with him and help him see the opportunity of a 15-week limit to where he can use that to go on offense and also use it to moderate against some of the more extreme versions in the states.